Hello there, Final. How are you doing? Apparently someone is passed out on top of the tower, like... And no, I'm not gonna try to climb. What? There's a wall. Let's close that one. Close that one. Chat. Not that. That is as it should be. I'm almost... I'm almost regretting my decision of the game. I'm way too tired for this. Should have played Omega Striker instead, but what the hell. It's on now. Have I like loaded music? I don't think so. No. It just felt very silent for some reason. Oh. I forgot I still have that outfit. The Butcher's Blood. But how are you doing, Final? Why is some of the gear still red and some is not? Wait, I don't have that here, do I? No, I don't. Well, let's go without that then. I'm running the wrong way. Told you I'm tired. Yeah, we're doing the pet quest right now. And we just found the treasure. All jesting aside, we must tell the people the good news and think Lise should be the first. Seconded. There is to be a meeting at representatives from across Alamigo, so she's sure to be in the city. Shall we seek her out? Yes, because why not? I saw her big red dress from miles away. Wish this was gonna be voice acted, but it's not gonna be. Oh, you three look pleased with yourself. What you been up to? I'm glad you asked, Lise, and I'm pretty sure you're going to like the answer. You're joking. The Mad King's Trove? Thought it was a myth. So did plenty of people, but he didn't have Malden and Alphino in their party. The credit for finding it should really go to them. As for what to do with it all, I vote that it go towards elevating the suffering of Ala Mhigo's poor. Gods, if it's as much as you say. Ehrenwald did not exaggerate, I assure you. We could not hope to carry even a fraction of it out on our own. I have taken the liberty of sketching out a rough map of the ruins. If you will assemble a squad... assemble a squad of your most trusted freedom fighters, they should be able to follow the route to where the treasure lies. There we go, sound is back. Understood, I'll make sure every coin is accounted for, and that goes for the spender of it as well. Oh, there's one other thing. When the time comes to draw up a plan for distributing the spoils, I would ask that you consult Alphino. I don't have a head for details, I'm not educated. I see that simply handing out sacks of gil won't solve everything, but I couldn't rightly tell you what to do instead. Oh, I know the feeling. I'd welcome any advice you could give us, Alphino. Of course, I shall be at your disposal. Commander, we got a problem. What now? Deep breath. Tell me what's happened. Oh, sorry. Mobs gather outside headquarters and they started making demands. You'd best come and see for yourself. Mango!
Step back, all of you!
Like hells we will! We know who you've got in there!
We're not leaving till you hand her over!
I already forgot about that.
Bring her out! Bring her out!
What's going on? Someone let slip about Fedora.
It's true then! The bitch really is in there! I knew it! I bloody knew it! We demand vengeance! Bring her out! Today we butcher the butcher!
Butcher the... Come on, you don't mean that! We'd be no better than the Imperials if you'd all just calm down!
That monster and her thrice damned skulls dragged my man from our home and beat him to death in the street!
Aye, and my dad! That bitch has spilt enough blood to fill a lock!
We all know her crimes. She's a traitor and a murderer. How many of your resistance friends have died at her hands, eh? And here you are, protecting her!
So that's what all the fuss is about.
Robon.
Hearken to me, brothers and sisters of Ala Mhigo.
Hey, who's this?
Who's this? Yeah.
That's the Bull of Ala Mhigo.
My friends, you are not alone in your anger, your grief, your despair, for it is mine as well. that gnawing pain in your breast, it is enough to bring an old bull to his knees. But I ask you, brothers and sisters, to think not only of the family and friends who were cut down before your very eyes, but to think also of the ones who were abducted, the ones who may yet live. Where were they taken? What became of them? These questions demand answers. I share your thirst for justice, for vengeance, but we will gain only fleeting satisfaction if we give in to our base appetites. We will never know the truth. Now is the time that we, the people of Alamigo, must decide what manner of nation we will build for ourselves and for generations yet unborn. When they look to our example, will they see a people who held fast to their principles, or one who cast them aside when tried? I say to you, it is our responsibility to give these prisoners a fair trial, that they might answer to all of Alamigo. The Garleans called us savages, and I'll be damned if we prove them right.
True.
I know you're right, I do, but I can't.
I feel like I should have joined Immortal Flame instead of the Adder, whatever they called. I don't even know what they're called. Is no reputation. No. Order of the Twin Adder. I should have joined the Immortal Flames instead. Rawan is so much cooler. My thanks, Robin. Listen to their anger. I could feel myself being swept away. This is a difficult tide to stem. It was the same rage which brought us to our feet and carried us to victory. But now the war is over. All the unspent fury is being channeled into vengeance. I planned that a long time. I am in a Twin Adder too, but I don't have all achievements and rewards from them yet to switch. How do you need to get to a certain level before you can switch? Aye, and it's not just here. We reports of mobs forming all over. This song is played a lot right now. It's a good song, but they're like overdoing it. They've been targeting folks known to have cooperated with the Garleans. It starts with insults most often, then someone picks up a stone. No, but just want to complete everything since you need to wait, I think, 30 days or so before you switch again. But on the other hand... Oh wait, never mind. Yeah, I see what you mean. Some industrious souls even thought to seek out the graves of Zenas and his officers. It was grim. You get like furniture, armor and stuff like minions or chocobo bardings. I'm gonna do the... I'm gonna do that too before I switch. I want to build a country where everyone, regardless of race or origin, can live side by side in peace. But maybe that time isn't right. Maybe people just aren't ready. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to try. The representative will be here soon, and I'll be damned if I'm going to give up before I've even begun. Who are these representatives exactly? Oh, village elders, refugee leaders and the like. It wouldn't be right for us to dictate the nation's future on our own, so we planned a summit of sort. We've even invited the Ananta and the Kikern to participate. Alamigo stands at a crossroad, and this meeting will be decide which path it takes. The matter of Fordola's sentence cannot be suffered to disrupt proceedings. Then let's execute her and be done with it. She herself asked to be put to death. Nago, I already explained why we wouldn't do that. Sending her to the gallows might satisfy people right now, but where would it end? Should we round up everyone who collaborated, and everyone who didn't resist? There would be no one left, and we'd be no better than Theodoric and Xenos. Begging your pardon, but might I be allowed to speak with Fordola? Only I caught a glimpse of her past, a moment of it, anyway, during the fight. She's done terrible things, unforgivable things, but in some ways, she's a victim of the circumstances in which she was born, and that's something I can understand. Alright, speak with the prison guard when you're ready, and I'll come and join you. I want to talk to her too. I'll return to my other duties then. We've barely begun to investigate the facility where they gave Fordola her powers. Be fairly warned, friends. She will test you. Don't let your emotions color your judgment when she does. Prison guard! You the commander's permission to enter then. Yes, how do I even... There we go. Voice acting? I feel like this could be voice acting. I have lamps on my outfit.
So many visitors. Come to have a good laugh, have you? Or do you mean to put me out of my misery? To finish what you started? It's about bloody time.
That's not why we're here, no. Do you remember what I said? How I promised you you'd live long enough to see us win our freedom? Well, I meant it. And not to mock you either.
You're wasting your time. All of this is pointless! There's no reason to keep me alive, and you know it! I killed your men. I killed my men! And you know what my only regret is? That I didn't kill you when I had the chance!
That's a lie, and you know it! You think we can't tell what you're trying to do? That we're blind? Yeah, you're a fool, but you're not stupid. You're ruthless. Relentless. You'd give up anything and everything to get what you want. You didn't come this far, climbing over the bodies of your own brothers and sisters just to piss it all away. I see you, Fordola. I see you for what you are.
Oh, it's my turn now.
Fordola, we mustn't be late. The Imperial Viceroy will be attending today's banquet.
All right! Father,
What's Lord Gaius like? Is he nice? Are you friends?
Gaius, isn't that Gallian?
There you go again with all your questions.
I forgot who Gaius is. I recognize the name, but I forgot who it is.
Lord Gaius is a great and honourable man who looks after all of Alamigo. He's very busy, and if we don't hurry, we'll miss our chance.
Yeah, it was the one I thought it was then. Gaius von Belsar.
Filthy tin-head lovers.
Tinhead. She looks very beefy, to be honest.
Father, what did that man call us?
The little tin-head lover doesn't know what she is, eh? A traitor, sweetheart. A backstabbing bitch who'd gladly betray her kith and kin to gnaw on what few scraps the Imperials deign to toss her. Like your bastard father and whore mother.
His voice do not really fit him, if I'm gonna be totally honest.
That's not true! My parents are good people! They've never done anything like that!
Oh, but they were quick to help themselves and their bitch spawn, weren't they? You're just as guilty as them.
I don't even know what they mean with tin-head lovers. There's a rock.
Fadola!
Traitors!
Ow.
Please, you have to do something. My husband and daughter are in danger.
Soldiers of the Imperial Army are under no obligation to intervene in the disputes of armed.
We're citizens. We have rights.
He looks like he could fend for himself, though.
It's all right. It's all right. They don't understand, but they'll see in time. They'll see that this is the only way to survive.
Traitors! Traitors!
Oh, that's a big rock. And he's out cold.
Let the savages have their fun. They'll be more compliant once they've tired themselves out.
He does not want to stand by. And now she's a little bit older, I guess.
Fadola, please. You already have citizenship. Why would you want to become a soldier? Oh, gods. What have you done to your face?
Forgotten it already, have you? I'm honoring Father's memory.
Oh, so he died from that rock.
By telling the world that you know better than a common savage.
Am I though, Mother? Are any of us? Can't you see? Citizenship means nothing to them. If you're not a pure-blood Garlean, you're no different from any other savage. So I'll play the part. I'll join the Legion and I'll make them respect me. And when the mob see that, they'll think twice before throwing their stones. Ransford, Rudolph, Emlyn. It's time. It'll be hard. Humiliating. They'll try to break us. Send us crawling back to our own kind. But we won't, no matter what. We'll bleed for them, die for them if we have to. We'll do whatever it takes to be free!
This is a very long echo sequence thingy. And back.
So, you mean to play the part one last time, eh? The unrepentant traitor whose death will serve to unite the people?
Shut up.
You had every chance to kill yourself. Fashion a noose from your clothes, wait for the guards to leave you alone long enough to slip it over your neck.
I said shut up!
Oh, but then it would have all been for nothing, wouldn't it? Whatever it takes. That's what you said.
Been in my head, have you? Had a little peek at my past? And what? A few stolen memories tell you everything you need to know, do they?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Don't you dare patronize me! You don't know a god's damned thing about the life I've led! The bastards that killed him. The bastards that let it happen. My father deserved better! I swore I'd do whatever it took to make them pay!
Oh, did she see my memories now?
You. All that power. All that pain. It's too much. Too much for anyone.
Dylan's standing there smiling.
The things they've done to you. The lies. The betrayal. The endless fighting. Yet there you stand. Unbroken. How? Why?
You know why. You saw. Because I choose to.
Damn you. Damn you all.
Yeah. For those I have lost, for those I can still save.
You still have time, Fordola. Think about how you want to spend it. Let's go.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I was too far away. I don't know. I don't know that we solved anything exactly, but we're giving Fordola something to think about at least. Aye, and I found something new to think about too. I don't know about you, Malden. The vision only come to me every now and then, from the way Fordola kept wincing. Though, I get a feeling she's having them almost all the time. That's a lot of bad memories to deal with. I wonder, could there be some fundamental difference between one who is born with the echo and the one who has been artificially imbued with it? Well, the Immortal Flames have been scouring the research facility ever since the liberation. There's a chance they might have some answers for us. General Aldin's there overseeing the investigation. Let's go pay him a visit, shall we? Also called Rauban. So silent. Why is there no music? It's so quiet. Oh, couldn't go there. General Alden is inside. Will you be joining him? Yes, I will. High guard. What news? You spoke of Fordola, I take it? Yes, as expected, she didn't say very much, but it wasn't a total waste of time. Arenvald noticed something odd about her. He thinks she might be having visions almost constantly, which is not how the echo normally works. Have you found anything here which might explain why it's so different for her? That box looks surprisingly lightweight. We've been hard-pressed just to organize the research materials, let alone study them. To be frank, I'd welcome the science expert's assistance if you have time to lend a hand. So many bodies, every one of them victims of these experiments. Few show any signs of external injury. From what I've been able to determine, they perished from forcible ether extraction. Such a miserable way to die. Oh, I couldn't jump up on that, god dang it. Oh, the ironworks. The device in which Kryl was held seems even more ominous, now you know its purpose. The surrounding pods are marked Supply Subject, while this one bears the label Master Subject. The Ironwork received a request from the Alliance to analyze these devices, and I've been recording everything of interest. Did you notice the labeling? All the pods are designed to drain the ether of the occupants, save that one right there. Unlike the others, the interior has been fitted with an array of sensors to measure etheric waveform. To what purpose, however, I couldn't tell you. To mimic it, I guess? I know little and less of science, so any light you can shed on this facility's operation would be much appreciated. Malden, shall we start with you? Taken in combination with the testimonies of Kryl and Thancred, I do begin to see exactly what the Imperials were attempting here. The enhancement procedure entailed infusing a single candidate with ether siphoned from a multitude of supply subjects. As for the master subject, in this case Kryl, the patterns of the etheric activity would provide the model upon which they would artificially engineer the candidate's aura, so they wanted the pattern. In other words, they were trying to recreate Kryl's echo. Yes! I didn't even know Kryl had an echo. I believe so, which would explain our prisoner's present state. Kryl is possessed of an unrivaled ability to hear the whispers of the soul, and it seems probable that the procedure endangered the same acute sensitivity in Fordola. The soldier who guarded Fordola, many of them lost friends and family to the skulls. And there's a sentry at the door, night and day. If she can't help sensing their thoughts and seeing their past, but you don't just see the past, you live it. All the emotions, all the pain, imagine what it did do to you. You'd never be the same again. Indeed, as you may recall, Isael was completely transformed by a single glimpse of Resvolger's past. Fordola has been forced to experience the agony of those whose lives she destroyed. The guilt must be unbearable. That explains her request to be executed. Sounds to me like a kind of justice. Regardless, she can suffer on for now. We have more pressing matters to consider. If the results of these experiments have been relayed back to Garlemald, there will be naught to stop the Empire from repeating the tricks. They could give the echo to anyone, to an entire legion. We must be ready. We must learn all we can of these god's-forsaken procedures, and Fordola remains our best source of information. She'll not be getting her wish, not yet. Right. Keep faith, lass. If you're to convince others to follow you, you must believe what you're telling them. People will respond to passion, but not if it's feigned. I understand. Thank you, General. We should leave the flames to it. Let's go. Go looking for answers about the echo and end up getting schooled by Rawan. Schooled? She didn't really get schooled, if you ask me. Yet more evidence that I don't know what I'm doing. It's no wonder people listen to him and not me. General Alden is a veteran of countless campaigns, Lise. You cannot compare yourself with a commander of his experience. I know, but I also know that I could not have convinced the mob to give up and go home. It makes me realize how much we rely on his authority, and how much I still have to learn, yes. I wonder what he'll do when everything here is settled. I mean, it's his homeland. After going to the trouble of winning it back, might he not want to stay? It's his quandary which countless refugees now face, to continue the life they built in Ul'dah, or start again in the land of their birth. I can barely see anything on the screen thanks to my key light. Malden, a moment, hi Pippin. I am newly returned from Ul'dah with a message from the Sultana. Her Grace desires an audience with you. She understands that you have responsibilities here, but asks that you visit the palace at your earliest convenience. Well, I must away to attend other business. Until next time, my friend. An audience with the Sultana, depending on the nature of her consultation, this might be the perfect opportunity to inquire about the General's future plans. Yes, we'd all like to know about those. Alphano, but not everyone's as comfortable to interrogating royalty as you. Take no notice of him, Malden. I actually need to check to see how many quests there are. A Sultana string. MSQ list. Fantasy 14, yes. We are now post Stormblood main scenario quest, okay. I'm pretty sure I have a lot to do. Ah, yes. We have 5.6 patches to go through. There is actually not that many quests per patch, to be honest. Or what quest chains? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 before this patch is done. Oh, I'm getting a new emote. Green tea set. That's a yeah, tabletop. The Doman Enclave. Don't we have that already? Solar cycle. Oh, that's an achievement. Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna sit here reading that. Well, the question of how to put the Mad King's treasure to good use shows no sign of answering itself. Shall we be about it, Arnwald? I'm at your beck and call. And I shall be getting back to my own task. I'll organize a squad to head down into the ruins, and then start preparing for the big meeting. Oh, send Nanamo my regards, Malden. I'm pretty much standing on him. And ours too, if you please. We shall see you on your return. I went too far. Hajibija. Means nigh. I should just have teleported now when I think about it. Alchemist Guild. Wait. No, Chamber of Rule, there we go. I thought there was something in there. Bartholomew! My lord, it was an honor to face you in the tournament. Since that day, I have spent my every spare moment in the practice yard, striving to attain some fraction of your skill with the blade. Ah, forgive me. You're here for your audience with the Sultana. Please proceed.
I thank you for answering my summons in these most interesting times. You have been busy.
Yes.
The liberation of Alamigo will have far-reaching consequences, and there is a matter upon which I would seek your counsel.
Don't get poisoned again.
I speak of Rauban and his future.
Oh, I didn't have to ask.
All know the tale of his rise from penniless refugee to member of the Syndicate and General of the Immortal Flames. Yet though he has come to call Uldar home, it will never be his homeland. He is a son of Alamigo. And now that she is free, I thought it only a matter of time before he sought my leave to return to her. Indeed, I had resigned myself to his loss. Suffice it to say, I was greatly surprised to hear him speak so lightly of handing over the reins in Alamigo and retaking his place at my side. I will welcome him with open arms, of course. He is my most trusted advisor and my dearest friend. But I have known the man a long time, and beneath that steely gaze, I spied a flicker of doubt. Whether Rauban chooses to remain in Uldar or return to Alamigo, I only wish that he do so with a heart unburdened by guilt or regret.
It's kind of sad that they don't make your character speak, since you do choose a voice. It should have been possible to actually voice. I guess they need to get like how many voices are they? 10, 14, something? I guess they have to like record a lot of lines. It's not like Square Enix does not have the money for it, but yeah, still. It would have been cool.
Yet, how can he freely make such a choice, knowing how much I depend on him? It is past time that I learned to discharge my duties as a Sultana alone. I must go forth and see my realm with my own eyes, and hear the wind with my own ears. Might I have your company for a brief adventure?
Ah, yes. Why not?
Wonderful. Allow me a moment to change into something a touch less conspicuous, and I will join you outside.
I'm not gonna carry you on my shoulder though, like Rauban, but yeah. Where we go now? That's like, yeah, that's the quicksand. Adventurers Guild. There we go. Now you look like any other Lalafell. What do you think of Lilira, the merchant daughter? This is the disguise I don when I wish to leave the palace and observe my subjects unnoticed. Ordinarily, Papashan would accompany me, but for this particular outing I need an advisor, not a minder. And that is why I requested your company. Over the course of your many adventures, you have met people from all walks of life, in every corner of Eorzea, and I would make use of your worldly experience. Now, let us be on our way. Our first destination is Stone's Throw, just beyond the Gate of Nald. Is this the Gate of Nald? Yes, it is, I guess. couldn't resist. Why did you attack me? Look upon this procession of a tattered tent. These refugee camps in squalor, at the mercy of the elements of Thanalan's predators both. The city's mighty walls offer safety, but the streets overflow with people as it is, and unless blessed by the hand of Nald himself, no refugee could ever hope to afford a dwelling in Ul'dah. 20 years have passed since the fall of Alamigo, and 5 since the calamity, yet the plight of the poor has grown more desperate, not less. As Sultana, the blame falls upon me. Yes, my authority is limited, and that is an obstacle I must work to overcome. Shall we press on? I would follow the road to the unholy air. How far away are we talking? It was here, in this wholly unremarkable place, that my mother and father met their doom. I was but a child at the time. My parent was returning from an inspection of our interests in eastern Thanalan, when an untimely rockslide crushed their carriage. To this day, it is not certain if the incident was simply misfortune or an expertly planned assassination. Rauban once offered to reopen the investigation and bring me the truth he assumed I must surely crave, but I refused. Even if my parents' death was orchestrated by the monetarists, we could only have brought their hirelings to justice. The true villains, those who plot to put me on the throne as a biddable puppet, were ever beyond our reach. Thus did I plan to strip the merchants of the power and place our nation in the hands of its citizens, quite unaware of the consequences my action would have.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Still a beeping sound. Consequences my action would have for you and yours. I shudder to think how many godly souls paid the price of my naivety. But I am no longer a child reciting words with witless obedience, and I will not be used as a pawn in the monetarists' damnable games. Forgive me my outburst. You are one of the few people to whom I feel I can speak my mind. Come, let's return to Ul'dah and visit the Colosseum. I heard that. Baboos Jones. Look, I'm using the Ethernet. Can I? No. From the moment I became a Sultana, I found myself thrust into an endless parade of documents, signing and ceremonies. For years, I simply signed where I was told to sign, sat where I was told to sit, blissfully oblivious to what any of it meant. Yet one good thing did come from that ignominious chapter of my life, for that was during an official visit to the Colosseum that I first met Rauban. The match I had been invited to attend was not all what I expected. They had pitted the Bull of Alamigo against some dozen or so rival gladiators. Blinkered though I was, I would not stand for so obvious an injustice and demanded to see a fair fight. One man against another, and my royal wish was duly granted. Upsy Bloodfang. It was not until later that I learned of the gambling ring which had arranged for Rawan to die on the sands that day. Regardless, my intervention meant that Rawan had but a single opponent to dispatch, which he duly did. And when he knelt before me to receive the winner's purse, he swore that he would one day offer me his blade in service. Surrounded as I was by liars and manipulators, I confess I dismissed it as a pleasant piece of theater. But as you know, Raoban, as a man of his word, thought it took him, though it took him another 5 years of fighting in the Blood Sands, he amassed a fortune so great as to buy not only his freedom, but a seat at the Syndicate. And then I had my blade. Echo! Oh look, 2 arms! I'm pretty sure that hurt his arm. Like, I've been holding shield and someone just punched it with a wooden stick, sure, pretty thick stick, right on my elbow, and god dang it hurt through the shield. I just heard its victory fanfare. La da 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 da.
Danger is too great! Please, your grace, come back! I beg of you!
It seems you're the one who needs looking after, Master Sham. Raban!
Your Grace, I have kept the promise made.
So you have, and in turn, so too shall I keep mine.
This is like the most I've heard, like, emotions from her.
You have become one of the 6 most wealthy souls in all Ul'dah, and so, as tradition dictates, Rauben Aldin, you have earned yourself a seat on the Syndicate. May your new station garner you still greater glories.
I am honored, Your Grace, and vow to serve with every fiber of my being from this day till my last. Long live the Sultana, and long live Ul'dah!
It's like every time you hear her speak, it's like the same monotone tone. She's always speaking in one and the same tone. So that cutscene is like the most emotional tone of voice she's had. Like, she sounded really happy. Words cannot well express what that man means to me. There are others who care deeply for my well-being, of course. Papa Chan's love for me is as that of a grandsire of his grandchild, or his grandchild, sorry. But upon the matter of governance, I cannot turn to bodyguards and maidservant for counsel. Rauban, with the authority of his syndicate position, was the first sword I could wield. His was the only edge which could cut the string that bound me. We must make haste. My absence will not go unnoticed by the Sultan's Sworn for long, and there are other places I would visit. To the Arsanath Oswari? Oh, to the thaumaturges. Ra-dun-dun-dun. When the calamity threatened, Rawan led the Alliance force into battle on the plains of the Cottonnoe, and I remained here. I prayed with all my heart that Archon Louis SWE would have the power to rouse the 12. Since that day, I have made a custom of visiting the shrine during each of my little excursions. Here I seek the blessing of Thal, reflect upon my choices and ask myself if I am fulfilling my duties as Sultana.
Jag ska bara höra vad hon säger.
Det var inte det som var problemet. Jag bara kände att det började lukta någonting.
Ja, jag åt upp den.
Ja, det var skinka jag kände det började lukta rökt. Vad har hon gjort nu? Det luktar jättegott. TV:n hörde jag inte ens. Ja. I just felt that something smelled really good. She was eating the smoked ham. That's what I was smelling. Really good. You're rightly celebrating as a champion because you have led the line in 100 battles for good of Eorzea. In much the same way, I believe the measure of a monarch lies in how she leads her people in the times of adversity. If I am to be Sultana worthy of the name, I cannot turn a blind eye to the trouble of facing Ul'dah. I have chosen my path, Malden. With Ala Mhigo now freed from imperial chains, I finally see a way to aid the refugees. Already many displaced Ala Mhigans seek to begin a long trek home. The facilities to process, I have made a small contribution, an artisan school of Rhalgr's reach for anyone who wish to learn new trades. Realistically, however, it will take years for such training to yield tangible benefits. But we do not have years. These people will need shelter and employment if they are to survive, and this time the Ul'dah treasury shall provide. Precisely where and how to allocate the necessary fund is, of course, another question. Might you ask a member of the syndicate for advice? Why not seek the advice of one employee of the refugees? Both also sounds risky. A wise suggestion. Mayhap a visit to the Golden Saucer is... Of course. How should we deal with all this gold? Let's go to the casino and ask them. Its proprietary is a member of the syndicate, and he is one of the few who pay refugees a fair wage. I wonder, are you acquainted with Godbird Manavil? Yes. Then I need not explain his eccentric nature. Let's make a way to the landing, and I will see that word is sent to the Golden Saucer. Godbird should be only the too glad to receive. Is Godbird owning the Golden Saucer? Have I missed something? I know that MGP stands for Manderville Gold, Manderville something point. That it is the Manderville Golden Saucer, but I never actually realized that Godbird might be owning it. Wait, are we actually going to the Golden Saucer now? He created the golden saucer even. Wait. Does that mean that Hildebrand will someday be the owner of the golden saucer? Do we really want that? We're just standing here talking to the pillars. I have written about a public airship before, but this shall be my very first visit to the Golden Saucer. I must confess to some excitement. This costs 120 and oh, is it free? It was actually free. Yes. But yes as in we want that, or yes as in he's gonna inherit it someday. Unless Godbird is actually a god and cannot die. Well, hiccup. Wait, Kiemon? Kimetol, almost Kiemon. I had heard descriptions of its splendor, yet I never dreamed it would be so bright and inviting. I mean, he's a Manderville. Wouldn't surprise me at this point. No, I couldn't possibly. Why did not we did not come here to fritter away the royal coin? Godbird will be expecting us. Come, let us head directly to the lounge and ignore these god attempts. That actually explains also why they have the events they do. If Godbird is the one that built the Golden Saucer, that explains how they got the samurai that I don't remember the name of for the slice and dice, and the big demon that blows winds to actually do stuff here. But that explains that. Oh, you have me go next to a gatekeeper. I need to see what gate it is. This starts in 5 minutes. Leap of faith. We'll see how long this takes. Oh, how have I missed that? How have I missed that? It's a statue of him in his underwear. I believe this is where we are to meet Lord Manderville. Shall we sit while we await his coming? Yes. My apologies, Your Grace. I have kept you waiting. No apologies are necessary, Godbird. My request was sudden, and you were kind to make yourself available at such short notice. When the intrepid Malden Lanesse and the Sultana herself come calling, there is no more important engagement. As to the purpose of my visit, I would have your thought on how the Crown might be aid to refugees residing in Thunderland. You are aware, I am sure, that many of Alamigo's displaced sons and daughters long to return to their newly liberated homeland, and you are also aware of how they will suffer without shelter and work to sustain them. I would use our nation's wealth to spare them the suffering. What advice have you for me on the matter of how it might best be distributed? The unusual circumstances of our meeting and your Grace's choice of companion would suggest to me a desire of an honest and unvarnished opinion. I shall give you one. My advice to you is stop. Taxing Uldar's wealth to save Alamegan refugees is a terrible, terrible idea. I'm pretty sure a lot of Uldar will be angry. You oppose my proposition. Most empathically? Is that how you say it? I agree with your grace that the refugee must have housing and employment, but what profit is there for Uldar in this arrangement? Profit? After all you have done for Girabania displaced, I thought you the very last person to seek the benefit of their misfortune. Forgive me, your grace, but you appear to be laboring under a misapprehension. It is a fine endeavor to support one's fellow man. I fear, however, that your stance is one born of pity. Your intent is to save the refugees, is it not? For all our potential, we are indolent creatures by nature. If unconditional charity is all we know, then we begin to rely upon it, to expect it. And then we must consider Uldar's own poor and downtrodden. Should they hear of you spending the nation's coin, not to improve their lot, but to nurture the distant citizen of Alamigo, it is unlikely they will applaud your generosity. Surely it is not your grace intention to foster new resentment, but to spread goodwill. Indeed. Then any support I pledge to the refugee must promote self-sufficiency, whilst also serving the interest of the people of Uldar. Exactly so. Such an arrangement will create a far more equitable relationship with the returning Alamegans, even as it generates the revenue required to win the approval of your subjects. You have given me much to ponder, Lord Mandeville. I thank you for your candor. I heard an event start. It's time for Leap of Faith. Sorry, Nanama, I need to jump. Literally, I need to jump. Oh, not this one. Sure, I've only been doing the new one lately, but yeah, I don't like this one. Ooh, couldn't see anything. I can't even go that way. Wait. There's the gold one, but I need that one. 2 silver and 1 gold. Where's the last silver one? There's the gold. Oh, there it is. Well, oops. Well, fuck it then. I like it much more when you're just quick to join the the event. If you like the first one to click, you usually get an instance for yourself. Oh. Oh, really? I thought I saw someone else do this. Yeah, that's what I thought. Whee! I'm not too shabby at those, at least. Okay, let's go back to Nanamo. Unless I get to hit that the next one is like slice and dice. The slice is right. Slice and dice. I don't remember. Profit. The thought never even crossed my mind. But standing about lamenting my naivety will not do anyone any good. I shall consider my lesson learned and press on. Malden, are you perchance acquainted with any successful merchants? If my attempt at philanthropy is obliged to reap a profit, it would seem wise to consult someone with an knack of business. I guess I know a few. Ordinarily, I would not trust any agent of the East Aldenov Trading Company, but if you hold this Hancock fellow in high esteem, I knew it was going to be him. I am content to be led by you. You may repay my faith by journeying to distant Kugane and speak with him on my behalf. Eager though I am to visit those shores, I have not the leisure for a lengthy sea voyage. Now, assuming you will travel as adventurers are wont to do, I shall await your report by the Aetheryte in Ul'dah. A fair journey to you, Malden, and swift one, if you please. I had to think what she meant about that, but she means that if I travel as adventurer like with the Aetheryte Stone, she will wait at the Ul'dah Aetheryte Stone. And I'm starting to get really tired, so I don't think I will do that much more after this, to be honest. The Ruby of Tsar, yes. Hello, Hancock. Malden, to what do I owe the pleasure? Or are you here on business? Well, both, I guess. Beg your pardon? Her Grace the Sultana would have my opinion on how best to invest the wealth of Ul'dah. My dear Malden, I have you to thank for this recognition. I am sure, and I am flattered that you came to me, truly flattered. But why settle for a lowly apprentice when you could have a Are you talking about Tataru? Upon matters of profit, there is no living soul better qualified to advise Her Grace the then Chairman Lolorito, a man whose morning exertions are said to fill his guard robe with gold. I should be happy to arrange a meeting for you, say at the Science former headquarters in Thanalan. The Waking Sand would seem a suitable neutral venue for negotiation. Don't you think? Fare you well, Malden, and may your dealing prove fruitful. So is that where I'm going now? Not yet. He's killing 20 Shinryus at once. I'm not sure who Shinryu is, though. he so shiny? Why is her shoulder pad so shiny? That was not a shoulder pad. No! I'm not sure I'm a big fan of this shiny shoulder pad. What? What does even that mean? Ah, oh yeah, forgot about that one. I just fought him, but I forgot about him. He said P10 boys suck penis or something like that. Welcome back, Malden. Did your merchant friend have any useful advice to share? Yeah, I was gonna say, doesn't she know Lolorito? Did you agree to this? I am well aware of his standing with in the field of business, but I had hoped to keep the monetarist at arm's length, and him in particular. She's been standing there for a while, so I'm gonna check a little bit in a bit. Nah, I cannot live in fear of the man. I must learn how to treat with him if I am to rule or die effectively. Very well, I will meet with Lolorito. Let us go on ahead to the Waking Sand and prepare for his coming. Wait. No, they brought me to the Waking Sand, god dang it. So this is where the Zion first congregated. I've heard many tales, but never had occasion to visit. To work then. The hour of the meeting draws near, and I would gather my thoughts. Pray see to it that we have the appointed room to ourselves. Are we gonna be in this area?
A personal summons from the Scions. This must be important business indeed. Though, if it concerns anything so underhand as an assassination, I fear I can be of little help.
I don't think we need any help with assassinations. I love the way he sat down.
You have made your point. It is indeed unsettling to find oneself seated across from an impassive mask. There, would this better please your grace? Or should I address you as Lady Lilira?
Nay, the deception has served its purpose. I'm glad to see you found amusement in my little jest, Lord Lolorito, but shall we proceed to the business at hand?
By all means. I must say I'm most eager to hear your proposal.
Simply put, I would aid the refugees camped in Thanalan in their efforts to return to Alamigo.
I feel like a babysitter. A babysitter to two well-spoken babies.
The reparations you paid in the wake of your earlier misdemeanors will be used to fund the endeavor, together with the fortune seized from the late Teleji Adeleji's estate.
Teleji Adeleji?
But this plan is not intended to benefit the displaced alone. I would make it
Yes.
an investment which shall enrich Uldar and Alamigo both. And who better to consult on matters of profit than the wealthiest man in all of Thanalan? I beseech you then, Lord Lolorito, share with us your mercantile wisdom.
Ah, 'twould seem your grace has matured beyond acts of earnest yet misplaced charity. Pray tell me more. To summarize, in return for facilitating the repatriation of refugees and assisting in the establishment of new industry in Alamigo, you ask that a proportion of all subsequent profits be promised to Uldar. Huh, I am impressed, Your Grace. 'Tis an elegant solution, albeit one lacking certain crucial details, specifically which industry and where.
How swiftly you identified the weakness in my plan, just as I knew you would. Your travels have taken you across the length and breadth of Gir Abania, and you know the land far better than I. Which of the settlements you visited would best provide a home for our refugees? Which has the greatest potential to flourish, given the appropriate investment?
How the heck would I know? Yeah, they were actually. Yeah. I don't even know what those places are. I only know what the Sultry is. I guess I can start mining salt.
Ah, yes, that desolate little village on the shore of Loch Seld. I know the Sultry and its products well. The Imperial invasion brought an end to their more widespread distribution, much to the dismay of many a wealthy gourmand, myself included. Salt has ever been a transformative ingredient, and in this instance, I dare say, it could transform a modicum of effort into a mountain of gil.
Me, as a Swede, knows how much we like salt.
Citizens will need to be consulted, of
I like
course,
salt.
but I trust the East Aldenar Trading Company can be relied upon.
You're the pellet of a 6-year-old.
In negotiating a mutually beneficial arrangement.
Naturally, Your Grace. I shall dispatch representatives well versed in the extraction of this white gold and wring every last ounce of profit from its production.
Is he involved with the culinary quests?
The Loch's bounty will contribute to Alamigo's enrichment, whilst easing the burden on the bull's aching shoulders, just as Your Grace desired.
A deal is struck then.
Somehow I'm not surprised, to be honest. For the original ARR on the one at least, yeah. I'm not surprised since, well, most professions could go into some kind of merchant thingy. I fear it will be many years before I feel comfortable taking part in such negotiations. But I shall not complain. We have piqued Lolorito's interest and secured his invaluable expertise. Thank you, Malden. I could not have done it without you. Our course is decided. I shall return to the palace and have my minister begin work on implementing the particular of the plan. If I could prevail upon you one more time, Malden, I would ask that you convey the details of our negotiations to Commander Hext on your return to Alamigo. Sure, why not? My thanks again. Together we have laid the groundwork for an endeavor which promises the benefit of the people of Alamigos and Uldar both. First I'm gonna go back to Uldar. And see if that... Yep, she's still there. P10s can go suck a dick, that's what they said. For some reason, I felt like she was Mikote last time I examined, but maybe she wasn't. Probably she wasn't. Okay, she does not like Pandemonium 10 then. Anyway, I'm gonna end it here. But final, thank you so much for being here and keeping me company during the questing. And not a Cablade point on Thursday, I guess. It at least sounded like that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna see what Bunny's doing. I mean, she might be busy, even though she said she's keeping Thursdays open. But anyway, I will see you then. Good night and take care. Bye-bye.